Yeah, come on. Yo, I said that you can't fuck with this configuration of aesthetics. So better to get a medic, cause attempting to set it will only end up regretting the threat of you getting beheaded. So lessen your edginess, so you be checking your neck for a hefty machete embedded. I'm tremendous. Yeah, I stuttered when I said it, but fucking forget it. We'll edit it later, set up the fader. Let me just vent through the pen and the paper. Wake up, haters, take a gaze at tapes you paid for. Raise the stakes and rate the takes they played, and trace the way they say the same stuff. You'll face the case, erase the names they listed, scrape the disc and shake your fist in anger. Rage and rip all the posters and shit they hang up. To say you kick the habit is to stretch the truth. And I'm so fucking nice that I gotta lie when I'm in a confession booth. I prep this tune with introductions, dissecting syllables down to they simplest functions with no punchings. This is something for the ages. Cupid by breast chest that destructive the stages. So bananas the Chiquita company pays us.
Storm on teens and blood dreams. They claim to have the limelight. Really they painted them bulbs green. It seems we only fling with apes taste. These rappers are out to break records. Speaking is out to break crates. With me, you need more than a helmet to save face. You need to turn back the hands of time and erase dates. But that ain't happening, is it, dog? The Lord said, let the whackness go before a rain falls. Deacon's a scholar, bachelors in hock and spit, masters in cockiness, doctorate in rockin' shit. Pay you 7 years of bad luck and a lump sum, and laugh about it with understudies sipping on plum rum. You wanna battle? Call up your niggas. We all go for broke like confused gold diggers. No need to hold triggers, raising with calm, hold flows. Bananas, you think we was raised in the Congo?
Said a slicks, even your dry mouth for licks. Wetlands held the door down for Zentrix. Spiffy kind of fella if I say so myself. Now, don't fault the script because I'm hot and believe it. I holes in within a fleet of seas, so unique. Ain't no way to try to say it. I'm so deep. Eternal head nod is what you get when you fucking with a vet. I'm talking shit the styles haven't been birthed yet. Oh my God, who is he? Come on, tipsy. The hot banana back here, cause you know I'm catching groupies. Got no time for bullshit. Let me lift my licks and spin another hit when I grab my. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me just ride this rhythm. Don't fuck around with this veteran. I got the hot medicine all up in your migrainium. Come on, yo. You know I'm steady killing them.
Banana clip peeling, feeling gangsta out of my element. Fuck it, I'm a freaking major. Just for the element, intelligent, felonious elements. Force me to drop it and put the middle in your grill like an orthodontist. Sorta awkward when I put a spark to you. You test to hold more slugs than your mama's little garden do. I rob anybody, don't mistake it. I'll even put the heat on a newborn like an electric blanket. Don't even say shit, go on, get your neck split. Serve you with toast, who the fuck needs a bed and breakfast? Snatch a metal necklace, make it a hobby to clown y'all. Off the hinges like Bobby Brown's jaw. That's why I sound raw, yeah, you heard it. Murder more motherfuckers on accident than I did on purpose. Hurdle the surface, the air missiles when I'm bombing y'all. Oh shit, I'm out. SpongeBob is on.
SOS up in the cut like I'm hydrogen peroxide. If you look at me and don't see talent shining, then you cockeyed. I'm a lyricist. My assignment is to drop lines and make bundles of spinach minus all the Popeye in the process. You kids is harmless. My shit's the largest, like I ate 6 omelets. Damn, ain't that the craziest shit? Bitch, be honest, I'm ill. That's why my dick chick's lips be on it. You can call this apples or grapes, but we call it bananas, cause this is a planet of the apes. That's why I travel through space searching for glamorous dates, cause where I'm from all bitches do is put their hands in your face. It ain't that bad of a place, but still the shit is pretty bananas. Like a chick named Donna on a llama singing tanana. Hotter than Lala in a Sada with Prada pajamas. No ifs, ands, buts, or commas, this shit is bananas.
Gorilla like killer, whole driller, illa type, soul stiller. Will you bring realer skills? Witness how I flip it, witness skills, driller. Bring your will, still a soul, type killer, driller hole, killer like gorilla. Cast smack nerves, the first 4 bars is for the brass whack herbs to get it, sent your ass backwards. Find out what I peel, laying in bunches of yellow. Hit your tummy, make you feel like too many crunches. Fresh chest MCs swing from big trees, but not primates. But rhymes make chicks have bit knees. Bitch, please. Grammar slanderous, cannabis, analyst, and that's just how it got to be. Injuring your mind of simians who thought you could take 9. Gassed off the video, the mini-men. Watch and I spot, watch how you talk. Don't slip my peel everywhere, better watch how you walk.
Yo,
nigga.
I do the knowledge, through the wildin', I do the crew a solid. Smooth and stylish, but I'm hitting like a moving comet. Uptown, naturally, we rude and violent. Harlem shaking through your mosh pit. What you gonna do about it? Oh, I thought so. Never mind my bad manners. I get my habits and my talent from my grandparents. I don't hide behind masks or bandanas. Look for me, I'm at the bar drinking 99 bananas. Yo, never, ever get it twisted. Yes, I'm from the BX, it gotta be fresh. I want menage a trois, sex, and Monopoly checks. And naked chicks in the mahogany legs popping my wet soul. Never, ever, for no funny business. For the money digits, I'm getting gully with it. October, that's me with the Yankee woolly fitted. You thought I wouldn't kill it? I put a bullet in it.
It's that motherfucker who don't give a ish. Don't be his ass or be an ick, you're just an itch. It ain't a question of would he run, cause the understudy's all about that good clean fun. Get it? It ain't banana fan or fan of the grammar when half of the banner slamming from Atlanta. Damn it, jam on mamma, grammar mamma, and cramming cause amateur demanded a man a catamaran to bama while playing a slammer. If I slander the manner that managed to make you feel soft, yeah, the song is a banger, it's called Bananas, I'll peel off. I can't did it a data anymore, but I am killing it along with free tips and all our fresh chest affiliates. I'm filling it and drilling it with more than you're used to. I'm soup to give you platinos to top your couscous. It's true, you peep the song because of the guests, but when you hear the album, you realize that it's one of the best.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. Friday.
Stimulate your mind, man. It's Friday. Gonna get you high.
Good morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there. So what one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
And a TGIF. Happy Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. So let y'all know.
Yeah, it's Friday. That's how it's supposed to go.
My bad.
Feels like a Monday.
The Mondiest of Fridays, is it?
I just had trouble falling asleep.
Yeah.
Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Not me, boy. I struggle to stay awake. Make it to 8:30 instead of politeness to everybody else. But man, once 8:30 hits, I'm just dunzo.
Yeah, it's Michelle these days too. Excuse me. I, on the other hand, I have just seems like I've gotten worse than I was ever, and trying to get to bed early, and it never happens, and then can't shut my brain off when I do lay down, and yeah, last night though. Ooh. Last night. So yeah. Okay, so what happened was crazy. I'll get to it in a minute. The story leading up to it was, where you at, Andrew? I'm trying to do a tease like you do it.
Stick around for the fourth segment.
Right, come up with the fourth segment. I'll tell you what happened. Well, let's wait. How you doing, Zack and Josh, before this starts? Because it's going to be something else.
I'm doing good. I don't know. Yesterday was it was just one of those days where my whole brain was screaming at me, you don't need to get out of bed. You could just chill in bed today, right? You got plenty of time saved up. You can take today off and still have time to make it out to South Carolina. You have the time banked. You're good. It became, well, I'll at least go and, put in a little FaceTime. Just so it doesn't seem like I just don't give a fuck at all. At least, I tried to come to work. All right, well, I'm here now. I guess I can at least make it till lunch. I'll just leave at lunch. Well, fuck it. You know what? I'll just leave with that last break when my boss leaves. And that's about the time I left. Left a little early, but I still managed to make it most of the day. But yeah, I was about the extent of it. How about you, Zach? Was that about the extent of it for you? Couldn't go to sleep, didn't want to wake up? Happy Friday.
Dude already left. He's like, yeah, I'm done. I'm out.
Fuck this.
Yeah, pretty much just couldn't fall asleep last night. I don't know what was wrong with me. I was like, all right, come on. Take a long nap or anything yesterday? I don't know. I had one,
definitely didn't.
just like you, like, I'm just going to go back to bed. That's how my body was telling me this morning. I was like, no. Get up.
Maybe your brain is going through some changes. Like, I remember as a kid having experienced something like that. Just one strange night. Like, I can very distinctly remember. Like, either somebody slipped me some fucking coke when I was like 10 or 11. I might have been 12. Or, like, for some reason, some part of my brain clicked on and I was just manic and an insomniac for one fucking night. Like, I was a young kid. All I could think to do was exercise to try to wear myself out to get to sleep. And it was like, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just fucking doing crunches. Like, hundreds of crunches, literally hundreds. Just sitting there crunching, trying to figure out why the fuck can't I just... Where is all this energy coming from? This is fucking stupid. And I just couldn't sleep, and I just exercised all fucking night long like a fucking crazy person.
Mm-hmm.
But I blame sort of just a weird short circuit in the brain development stages, because I was pretty young, and it never happened again. That didn't require cocaine or amphetamines.
Well, good morning, gentlemen.
Well, there he is.
I heard Walt say I was going to tease something, and I will. I will continue to do that. But this one is not a tease. The whole Witsit thing with Bill Duffy, I didn't catch the entire thing live, but I did listen to it when I was on my way home from work. And in the chat later on, they were asking about how ironrealmmedia got its name. And I have different theories behind it, but I don't have an answer. Does anyone know? I mean, I don't know.
Does anyone here know how ironrealmmedia
might know
got their name? I think Walter knows.
I think there's like 5 different theories that people gave. That were, yeah,
love to hear these theories.
and they sounded good. And I was like, whoa, okay, that's conceivable.
So a lot of the theories, I think, stem from what was the story, the Iron Republic. I think a lot of people think that it comes from the Iron Republic.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
Well, then the other one that I thought of as soon as I had a blacksmith buddy, he's kind of like AFK at the moment. Fe is iron on the periodic table. So maybe Fe flat Earth? I don't know.
He's right.
That would be correct.
Oh shit, I was right. Okay.
That was our little
correct, sir.
Easter egg. Our little secret.
Our little wink, nod, so we wouldn't just come out the gate flat Earth and immediately get shot at van. Good thing that didn't happen, right?
No, it took us about 3 weeks.
Well, right on. And now I have to go AFK because I have lots of shit to do.
All right.
But I will come back later on because I got some gravy for ya.
Oh, here we go.
Ah, come on, Walt. I like to tease a little bit. Little feather once in a while. A little
maybe an ice cube.
Aromatherapy.
What? Liz has the good shirts.
Don't worry, Liz. I did see your comment. Monday about your stickers. I saw it. I've responded like a half a dozen times in my head, but that's about the extent of it. Just know that I saw it.
But yeah, she has a shirt that has the periodic symbol on the back of it.
Oh wow!
Again, an early shirt there.
Yeah, if you would have seen
I had
early,
to build that thing like literally like a piece at a time. I built that periodic symbol thing. I had to go find. Yeah, it was the whole thing. I had to go look for those numbers and make sure I had the right ones and put it in the right areas, and because you couldn't just find that laying around at that point in time to grab, use.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you can check out the old Flat Earth Friday Fringe casts, I used a graphic. I found like a video, an MP4 or something of like a periodic table of elements symbol for iron that like glistens and shines and spins and does shit that I would put on the screen every once in a while. The nod to the iron and the FE. Same with the IRONWORX too, because you know, FE works. Only got it. Look at that. That's great timing there.
Yep.
Oh, Liz says that T-shirt is not
technically.
Oh, go ahead, Walter.
Right, it's technically a collector's item, Liz. Now, so you just hang on to that, just like that Nightmare Fuel book you sent me. You now have a collector's item too.
Pack it in your suitcase. We'll all autograph it for you.
Right? Fuck yeah. But if you slip us some 20 here or there in the G string, and you never know what might pop back up on the T string. Sure. Like, oh man. So
I was going to just ask you, Walter, where all this was headed.
Not yet. Well, it's just so
not yet. You need a couple shots.
Okay, so long short story. I had to go to the mother's house, or mother-in-law's house, way back like 3 weeks ago. Me and Quentin got the window unit and the in-room air conditioning unit. Brought them back here, installed them, and realized the hose for the drainage of the in-room unit had not made it to my house. And that's an hour 5 minutes away, hour 10 with traffic, whatever, to that house. And so it just hasn't been a convenient trip to make back to get that hose. So what I've had to do is rig out of the little spout area, which is designed with fitting area to screw in a hose, drain hose. I just kind of cut the lip of a little water bottle enough to split it and get it to go and make a nice little connect and put some tape to keep it in place and let that go out into a bucket. And that's been okay, except for, Bender. Discovered a giant. What happened?
Nothing. That was just.
I just have a question. Did this take longer than it would have taken to drive?
Wait, yeah, I guess. I know. I just had to fix this and get it set up to fix the air conditioner so we could have less heat in my house because it's been like 110 and shit here. Not really. That's what it feels like every day, though. That's the good days. Bad days, it feels like 114, 118, 121 one day. So, yeah, it's been nuts here, heat-wise. So it's been working except for the fact that Bender knocks it over because he likes to dump his water bowls, and I have, it's in another room. It's out of sight, out of mind. Suddenly I go, oh shit, run in there and check. And yeah, it's already too late. And it's running over, getting on the floor, getting in that carpet in that room. It's a big issue with that room because the way it drains, it goes into an area where I can't really get to where it drains when it overflows. It's the whole thing. It's become a mess. So I finally, yesterday, took off to go get the hose. Had a couple of things to do in a town close by, so took off and did these things. Got there, did those things, headed to the house, got the hose, headed back home. Okay, so that was just getting me out of, way out of town, a whole nother region that I don't normally go to. Stopped to get me something to eat at a particular little fast food place that I go to pretty regular. I'm 30 minutes away. We'll stop there, be in a hurry, it's late. We don't usually like fast food, but if there's nothing else, we'll do that because they're one of the few places left that still does grilled chicken sandwiches. Nobody else does. So I stopped there at the one that was the local one in that little town last night to get one and ordered it and got down the road, took a bite. Crispy. I don't like crispy. And on top of it, it was a spicy one, and I really don't like that. So I turned around, headed back. Hey guys, you gave me this. I wanted grilled. That's what I ordered. Oh, we don't have grilled anymore. We have it for 4 years. I'm like, what? I get them all the time, like just down the road, an hour away at where I go normally. And our manager managed that store too. There's no way you got it there. They haven't had them for 4 years either. I'm like, well, I know you're wrong because I just had one like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, when I went to get this air conditioner that I'm getting the hose for the night before. I got that sandwich. Me and my son stopped and got it. I remember it being very dry and stringy because, grilled chicken, if you don't do it just right, if it stays too long, it gets to that point where it's just stringy and dry mess. Nope, 4 years we haven't had that sandwich. Like, okay, whatever. The more I thought about it, the more like, I know I'm in the car with my son, we're riding, I'm eating that fucking sandwich a week and 2 weeks ago. So I'm on the road and I'm bored and it's another hour home and I'm eating on this honky sandwich I didn't really want. And I called that other place just to see how crazy I am. I said, hey guys, what time y'all close? Blah, blah, blah. Y'all still have the grilled chicken sandwich, right? Oh no, we hadn't had that for 4 years. I'm like, what? I got it at your store 2 weeks ago. No, there's no way you did that. We haven't had it for 4 years. And I know this sounds so trivial, but this made me pull over and grapple with my reality. Like, I'm getting chills right now because it fucked me up so much. I mean, yeah, the bears, that's one thing. Yeah, the color, chartreuse change, that's another. Yeah, I fucking know Mandela's funeral. I saw it happen. But something happened to my time stream. This is like fucked me up. This has got me in a fucked up head place. I know this was real. I did it just 2 weeks ago, and yet they're telling me it hasn't happened for 4 fucking years. Yeah.
Did you ask your son?
I haven't yet. It was late. He has to work in the morning. That is my next go-to. It's like, Quentin, you do remember us stopping at that I almost said their name. At that place. I'm not going to say their name. They don't give me any money. But at that place and get that burger and, that sandwich, I'm going to ask him. Don't worry. It's like burning in me to wait for him to get up and get ready for work and then call him because I am fucking like broken by this one. This one really broke me. Major broke me. So anyway, yeah, I know, like I said, trivial, it's a sandwich, but no, it's my reality changed. These two different sources are telling me what happened didn't happen, and it couldn't have happened for 4 fucking years, and yet it happened just a fucking couple weeks ago. So yeah, I'm pretty tripping on this one. And I've talked to people, and my buddy, literally, Jason, before he passed away, had something very much like this. No, I wasn't dreaming, damn it. I had the motherfucking sandwich. Anyway, I would say that's possibly true, Laura, is I just ordered it and took off with it, but I'm very high maintenance. about food that I spend my money on, especially as the food cost goes up and the service goes down and the quality and all that. So I'm very cognizant of what I put in my mouth, especially dealing with the dental issues I'm still grappling with over this last year with surgeries and things where I can't eat this and I can't eat that. And I definitely don't eat crispy chicken sandwiches. I wouldn't have made it down the road with that one. If I had gotten that 2 weeks ago, I stopped and went, oh shit, this is crispy. Let me go back. And at that time, maybe they would have told me I'm crazy and, it hadn't happened for 4 years. But anyway, it happened. Just like it happened with Jason. Like I said, my buddy Jason experienced something almost just like this. And it fucked him up just like this. His wife and their thing. And they both were adamant that it was one way and it wasn't. And he was adamant it was the other way. And he remembers the click when it happened. And he felt like he shifted it and all that shit. Anyway, so yeah, it was pretty upsetting. Of course, I was exhausted by that point, driving. It was late, and I'm sure I overreacted to it, but I definitely had to pull over and go, okay, what the actual fucking fuck?
Well, like, if I were to have that opposite, I could see how that might fuck you up. Like, that's the place, I'm pretty sure, the only fast food place that we really get's the same fast food place to which you're referring. The little girl braided pigtails, that one.
Dave's Place, right? Dave's Place, yeah.
Yeah, like, and I would order a chicken sandwich from there if they had a grilled chicken, but I've never seen them with a grilled chicken. It's always been a breaded and fried bullshit that I would never order.
So now you're really trying to fuck me up. No, it's not. At least not 4 years ago.
Like, I've never seen it on the menu because we'd have to go to Culver's, is the other place that makes even decent place you can get a grilled chicken sandwich. Everybody wants to fry their shit.
That's the thing. That's the other reason I knew they were my go-to, because even freaking like Burger King, whose main fucking function is to pass hamburger patties across a fake plane to give it that taste, they used to do the same thing with their grilled fucking chicken, so it had that taste. And it was the only place in this town that had grilled chicken anymore, and they quit doing it. Like nationally, they quit doing it, and I bitched and was like, I can't believe y'all taking this off the menu when you have a goddamn grill right there and you're doing the burgers too. So anyway, yeah, they were it. They were the last one that I could get that at.
And I think, well, it speaks to
Laura's
comment, because having worked in that restaurant industry for so long, they don't serve grilled chicken. They're not just going to keep grilled chicken on stock in the store and then say, well, we'll just throw whatever old chicken piece we have.
Yeah, no, not at all. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So the only reason they would ever have grilled chicken in that store would be if they served it on the menu. I'd be real curious to hear what Quentin has to say. Make him.
And it could wind up being me. I could have just streamed it, and we didn't get that. We maybe stopped at a different place, but I don't know any other place that would have had a grilled sandwich. That's the other thing. Like you say, nobody else does it anymore. They were it. So I don't know. Anyway. They're all disgusting, Laura. Really. And that's my last bastion of like, oh my God, I'm dying. I got to have food. Blood sugar's plummeting. Someone's about to die with a hangry attack. It's got to happen. And there it is. I got to eat it. I hate it. Oh, I hate it. That's why I don't do burgers and don't usually do any kind of. There is one place that used to do a semi-edible crispy. I can't remember now what they called it, but they quit doing it too. They took it off their national menu. So anyway. It's over. It's done. I'll find out. As soon as I find out, you will find out. I would say you would find out this afternoon, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to miss this afternoon's show. Wow, we talked almost through this first whole set, or I did, I guess, about fucking burgers and chicken sandwiches. We almost hit a break. Well, we have actually hit it.
We have. That's like right there. Great chicken mystery. Dun, dun, dun.
Right.
Stay tuned next week. Or, if you want, stick around for the second half of the first half of the Ironworks. Coming up right after this. This one's for you, Craig. I haven't heard of this in a minute.
Keep holding on when my brain's ticking like a bomb. Against the black dogs have come again to get me. Sweet little words, unlike nothing I have heard. Sing along, mockingbird, you don't affect me. That's right. Deliver it to my heart. Please try. Be deliverance. Wait, I'm coming undone. Irate, I'm coming undone. Too late, I'm coming undone. What looks so strong, so good I can't wait. I'm starting to suffocate, and soon I anticipate. I'm coming undone. What looks so strong, so good I can't. Choke again. I find my demons were my friends. Pity me in the end, they're out to get me. Since I was young, I've tasted sorrow on my tongue, and this sweet sugar gun does not protect me. That's right. Trigger between my eyes. Please strike. Make it quick now. Wait, I'm coming undone. Irate, I'm coming undone. Too late, I'm coming undone. What looks so strong, so good I can't wait. I'm starting to suffocate, and soon I anticipate. I'm coming undone. What looks so strong, so good I can't. I'm trying to hold it together. Head is lighter than a feather. Looks like I'm not getting better. Not getting better. Wait, I'm coming undone. Irate, I'm coming undone. Too late, I'm coming undone. What looks so strong, so good I can't wait. I'm starting to suffocate, and soon I anticipate. I'm coming undone. What looks so strong, so good I can't.
I feel unhappy. I feel so sad. I've lost the best friend that I ever had. She was my woman. I loved her so. But it's too late now. I've let her go. I'm going through changes. I'm going through changes. We shared the years, we shared each day, in love together, we found a way. But soon the world had its evil way. My heart was blind. I'm going through changes. I'm going through changes. It took so long to realize, and I can still hear her last goodbye. Now all my days are filled with tears. Wish I could go back and change these years. I'm going through changes. I'm going through changes.
Start your day off bright and shiny. Get up off your little hiney and begin your happy day.
And welcome back to the second half of the first half of the IRONWORX right here on freeworld.fm. Also on the ironrealmmedia YouTube channels. Shout out to all you fine folks there in chat. Chats, plural. Indeed. Multiple chats going on here.
I just want you to know that I barely listened to any of those songs because my brain has been crunching Walt's story. and here's where I'm at. Walt, do you know what number that meal would have been that you would have ordered? You know what I mean? It's like a grilled chicken sandwich. Oh yeah, that's the number 4.
See the area of the menu it sits in, Travis. I can't tell you the number because I never order that way.
Okay, hold on.
Because I always have a special something. Leave the lettuce off or leave it whatever. So I don't even put the number because if they put that in first, then it's set. Oh, this is the standard sandwich. So yeah, I know where it sits. I can see it. I can even see the grilled, crispy under it. You know, I can see all of that in my head for the last forever. I mean, that's been, again, my go-to. If it wasn't my go-to and it's the only place that I would go, like I never ate anything else there. Once they stopped having good baked potatoes like they used to have, that was a go-to late night burger. I mean, a late night alcohol absorber, a good baked potato in that drive-through window. Those frosty things, and my chicken sandwich, which was Asiago. The only place in the world you could get Asiago cheese on a sandwich is this particular sandwich. It's my favorite cheese. They used to have it in stores in the Sargento area. They quit doing it. They would have it like a seasonal thing for a while, and then they just quit doing it. It's been about 5 years since Sargento put out their Asiago slices. So yeah, there's so many things that let me know that I've been getting that fucking sandwich for fucking ever. Not just over the last 4 years, but even Josh is saying it never was there now. So yeah, I've slipped time streams. I'm just glad y'all remember me.
We love you, Walter
Okay,
Stevenson.
Tano said it's number 5. Let me think. There's something. Yeah, there'd be about 5 down that list. You're right. Yep.
So first of all, I agree with you. Asiago is amazing. But here's my problem still. When you went to the restaurant that now no longer has or doesn't have, when you said the words, "I would like a grilled chicken sandwich."
Thank you. I thought that same thing last night too. Why did you give me this? Why didn't you say, "Oh, we don't have grill"?
Sir.
That's exactly why I went back. I asked her that when I went back. I'm like, so if y'all don't have grilled, why did this all happen? You should have said that when I ordered it, and we would never be having this whole discussion. Of course, I never would have known I had slipped dreams, but I went with that too. I even said that. I was like, when I said grilled chicken sandwich, you should have said, yeah, we don't do grilled, haven't for 4 years, whatever. But they don't.
Right.
They didn't. So yeah, I got down the road, had to go back. Yeah, that to me is just standard operating procedures these days. Nobody.
That's like somebody who doesn't have
thinking.
It's like somebody who doesn't have social etiquette. When they act in a way that's not normal, you notice. You know,
that's kind of how it is these days, or at least in my part of the world. Yeah, you can't get service anymore, dude. It's just not happening. Nobody thinks like, oh, I'll be courteous and let this customer know that this was the problem, or we're going to do this instead. It's always their motto seems to be just do it and ask for forgiveness, not say this is what we're going to have. You know, there's no pre anything anymore. There's no thank you. There's no come again. It's just here's your shit. Give me your money. No thank you.
Yeah, I was just going to say, although I know in my mind, if I've ever misheard something, like say, for instance, you said something to me and I heard it in one way, would I just correct you in my mind and go, Walt meant this. He just meant a crispy chicken sandwich. You know what I mean? I know he said grilled, but he meant crispy. Like the guy fixed it in his head without necessarily being socially appropriate.
Right. And the lady that took, again, I'm so used to such bad service everywhere that when I ordered it, it was actually a lady. And when she took my order, she had such a nice voice and she was polite and thanked me and all that, so for her not to have said, we don't have grilled chicken, kind of was after the fact, kind of stunning too. But it's a small town. It's not as small as mine, but almost. And so, it just,
but that would just be like, that would be just like the creators of the Walt show, the Waltman show, to make sure the script was just off enough. We're not going to correct his order, and it's going to screw him up for the next 3 days.
For the next 3 days, right? I definitely, yeah. And then as I sat there grappling with this, it kind of started like ticking off a few other weird things that have just been like not right off things. Me and Michelle have just been unusually bickering, and we don't usually do that. And so just a lot of things just kind of went, what the fuck? Dude, if this hadn't happened to my buddy Jason exactly almost, it wasn't a sandwich, it was a sign, but it was still something that every day was seen, and then suddenly it changed. And he was like, what the fuck? And his wife got different, and he saw her eye color change, and all this shit. So yeah, it's a thing. If you think that we are in a whatever, and, I don't know. I don't even know what to think about this anymore. I really don't. That's why I got to talk to my son and go, okay, was I crazy? Did we go somewhere else? And if we did, where the fuck was it? Because I sure don't know where it would have been.
Don't worry. You're still our number one, Walter Jameson.
Good. I'm so glad there, Joey. Where's Zeke? Oh my gosh. Oh, for the break, by the way, that was one of those another one of those, oops. I'll have to start putting like a contextual in parentheses around every time I put a song in the chat, because I love that song, but it definitely was like we were jamming, and then we put on the brakes. It was cool, though. I love that song. I hadn't heard that song in forever.
A
lot of people weren't aware of the fact that Ozzy wanted to be Paul McCartney. That was way back with Sabbath. He was jamming that melodic music. That wasn't even his solo album stuff. And then, of course, the awesomeness that is Korn. I saw people talking about seeing them live. I got to see them, but it was just not the best of circumstances, concert-wise, at the Family Values.
See, and that's exactly what I was thinking when I was listening to it. Like, I haven't heard Korn in a long time, and I remember liking Korn. And while I'm listening to it, I'm thinking this is definitely one of those bands that fucking rides that razor's edge. Like, it would be so easy to master that band, to produce that band so it sounds like shit. Almost you couldn't understand anything Jonathan's. Nothing comes out and it's just garbage. Like, it's such a razor's edge to be able to master that song, I think, and get all the instruments and the vocals and everything to come out clearly and sounding good. But I can just see how it's so easy to mess it up. And doing it live, like all the different sound techs trying to set up the live versions, I can see how Korn might be one of those hit or miss live.
Well, it wasn't that they weren't a great sounding band live. It was the circumstances of the Family Values tour. Because when I had seen a package tour prior to that, it was Lollapalooza, and everybody had a decent set time. At least 45 minutes if you were a young and up and coming band, and, you know, pull on 2 hours almost if you were a big name. And then at Family Values, it was more like, you know, why did you even set up to play 4 songs? I mean, you know, it really was that kind of situation for the first couple of bands, and they were big. I mean, that was like Rammstein and who's that the band that opened? I don't remember. It's been too long, but yeah, it was a situation. And then them, you know, at that point, they had kind of, you know, gotten big enough to do a fucking Korn Family Values tour. So they had a little bit of an ego going. And so when you're a band that performs that type of music, at what point do you decide, hey, let's do these great hits of ours from our first 2 albums, like Vegas style. Let's fucking do a little song.
Do you guys remember the actual
a little piece
album?
of this and piece of that and a piece of this, and I hate that. I want to hear a fucking whole song, and I want to hear a snippet of a song. I want to hear that goddamn song, and that's what they did. That tour was a medley of their first album and second album song, because they were hitting that freaking Follow the Leader album hard on that tour. Anyway, what was that, Andrew?
The Family Values album, I believe, is what it was, and Korn actually put out an artistic challenge for anyone that wanted to, like, you know, submit some sort of artistic ability for their album cover artistic. And it was pretty fucking trippy as to what the actual cover was. It was like a stuffed animal that had like one of its eyes plucked out, and I think that was the album. I used to like Korn a little bit, but yeah, that was a trippy band, but they went way too hard with the guitar and the drums at the same time. Decent band.
When did you start listening to Korn? I mean, the guitar and stuff was who they were. I mean, they all played
so
7-string. Well, I'm asking this because, okay, my exposure to Korn was when the PlayStation hit. A week or 2 before it hit, if you were lucky enough to walk into a Sears store and get to play this PlayStation in the store, PS1 I'm talking, before they, you know, fucked them all up, they would hand you this disc. And on that disc, on one side, if you put it in a CD player, it played 5 songs. And the last song was Korn, their first song that they put out, Blind. It was on this thing. It was that and 4 other bands that I don't even remember. And if you put that disc in the system, the PlayStation 1 system thing, once you got it, when it came out, it played all these demos that the fucking system could do shit with. Like it would show like the metallic dinosaur that you've seen a million times running down the field. That was on that fucking demo disc. Or some lady putting on makeup and the brush would flick the powder off the mascara or whatever, and it would fly into the air and the dust would fly and all that. You never saw any of those graphics on the actual PS1 because it was cutscenes they were showing you basically. But that disc was my exposure to Korn. Got the first album as soon as it came out. Went, what the fuck am I listening to? This dude had some serious childhood trauma, and it was always 7-string guitars, tuned down to drop B, heavy as fuck, and a monster dude on fucking bass. So for you to say, oh, they got bassy and guitar-y is kind of just unusual. That's what.
No, I didn't
were.
say bassy. I just said like drums and
drummy and guitar-y. Yeah.
Yeah, it just seemed like they didn't really seem to line up very well, and not for every single song. I'm just saying that for that album and most songs, that's when I kind of fell out with them. And I like heavy stuff, and I have a strong feeling there's going to be a Rico summoned to this conversation pretty soon. I have no idea why, but only because this is all music-based conversation, which I am basically naive to, aside from just my ears. And I'm going on mute.
Love the play-by-play.
And you know, now that you say that, I think it was that album that had just hit that they were also pushing really hard, because it had a hit song, quote unquote, off of the Follow the Eater album with that video and the bullet flying around and whatever. So yeah, it was that next album had just come out and they were hitting that one really hard. What was it called though, damn it? It wasn't Family Value. That was just the name of the tour. Issues. That was the name of that album. With the stuffed doll and the eye missing and all that. Yeah. Issues. I'm looking it up right now to make sure. 1999 Issues. Behind Korn and Follow the Leader. Wait, what happened to the other one? There was one between those. What happened to Life is Peachy? This fucking list is not correct. Oh, sure, they've got it listed this way. Korn, Follow the Leader, Issues, then Life is Peachy. 94, 98, 99, 96. Did you math much? Numbers many? Wow, these guys have albums I never even saw on this list. This is nuts. Yeah, I definitely, after they stood us up at Lollapalooza the next year, I was kind of over them for a while.
Yeah, the reason I bring up the whole Korn thing is because I was actually in like a freshman in high school or something, maybe earlier, and being an artist myself, I tried submitting something, and it basically just went on deaf ears. But then I saw what the actual album cover was, like a teddy bear that had like its eye plucked out, and it's like, whoa. And granted, it was a really great piece of art, but mine didn't even get accepted into like the semifinals. So Korn is one of those bands, though.
Rico says he met the guy that won the album artwork for Issues.
Right.
So they released the top 4 entries.
Hey, Andrew, can you tell us what you did draw? What did you submit?
Right, I was wondering that too. Thank you.
Something that wasn't really acceptable. I think it was a little provocative.
Did it involve a
like
mirror?
Korn style. I can't recall. It was like a long fucking time ago. So like 30 years ago, roughly, something like that. So I can't recall, but
lost in the shuffle of all the album art.
I wish
entries.
I could recall that.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Sure, it's already another break, and we just talked about Korn for 30 minutes.
Pretty well. And not once did anybody make a digestion joke. Look how grown up we all are.
Thank you. Thank you.
There's a lot of other
Right,
bands
correct,
to talk
thanks.
about in regards
There
to
are so
music
many
and
bands.
art. Like the 60s and 70s, that was huge.
Right. Before you get off on album art, I got to digress for half a second because there was a discussion about Pantera. Look, I get it if you're not into heavy music. I get it. And I'm not, I don't even know how to explain my weird musical taste. If you're gargling rocks, you got to be saying some good shit, and the music's got to be fucking tight and really clicking for me to pay attention in the first place. Okay. So, like, that's why I didn't listen to Mudvayne when they first hit, because I heard him gargling rocks and I saw the makeup and thought, oh, here we go, another fucking Slipknot, and I didn't even pay attention. And I so regretted that because they came through my little town. I could have seen them live, could have seen Ryan Martini destroying the fucking bass live, but I didn't because I didn't know who they were yet. It was about 6 months later, my buddy Mike, I was like, you missed it, dude. You got to go check them out. Watch it. See, here's a video. And he showed me Dig, and I went, what the fuck am I watching? This dude's a beast on the bass and that drummer. And so, yeah, I definitely miss them because of their, presentation and their whatever. Wow, I've lost my thread. Why was I talking about this in the first fucking place? Oh, the Pantera thing. So, yeah, a heavy band has to be something for me to pay attention. There has to be a message. There has to be some musicality. It can't just be like, there's a whole lot of thrash metal I hate it. There's a whole lot of heavy metal I hate it because there's not really much melody and there's not much technicality. It's just a lot of aggression. Pantera, however, had a group of gentlemen who grew up together playing music that had created a groove in metal, which had not been done prior to that. They established a funk, groove, Texas swing mixture, and threw this astoundingly heavy pounding sound to it. And pummel you, yeah. But if you listen to the lyrics and watch the behind the scenes of them on tour and saw what a goofball Daryl and his brother and their bass player Rex were, and cutting up, and even Dickhead. Even Dickhead himself used to have a lot of fun with that band before he turned into a heroin addict and fucked everything up. And the whole idea of Pantera was the releasing of anger can better any medicine under the sun. If you keep that shit in you, yeah, you'll go beat your wife or your kids or get in a fight in the parking lot or have road rage, whatever. But if you hop in the mosh pit and get all that bad shit out with a bunch of buddies who are doing it in a friendly way, I know that sounds so fucking nuts, but yeah, it's all about the releasing of anger. It's not about the encouraging of anger. Anyway, all right, it's fucking time to stop talking about music. It's that time. It's that time. But thank you.
Good stuff. And I was never really been one for any of it, like ever. Like I liked rock music in just sort of real vague, generic sense. Never enough to start breaking it down into subcategories. And by the time I was old enough to...
There are many. There are so many that I don't dig. I don't like death metal. I don't like, there's a lot of it. You just don't do it for me. It has to, there has to be something there. Anyway, you got me going again. Shh. Hush up, Walter.
Do you like Nightwish?
I mean, there's probably 4 songs I can say, yeah. And I just never dug deep enough, and there's just a hole I haven't gone down yet with them.
But yeah, it does bring us right up to the edge, so to speak, of that halfway point here on the Ironworks. Stick around. We've got a full another hour coming up right after this little break. We might make this one a twofer as well. Start off with probably a little known, little love song. Little known, little love song. Why not? This is the Ironworks. We'll be right back. Oh, it ain't gonna do it, is it? You dirty, dirty dude. All right, well, never mind. We'll just skip that love song. We'll just roll into this request. We'll be right back.
Show you how it is done. There's no competitors. Time to say goodbye to the sun. It takes a better turn. Wake up, it's not your typical rehash. Something unpredictable. Do you really know that? I will remember this one. I'm just on pure momentum. Rock out and break up your own suppression. Like to see you having fun in the setting sun. Sunset in July. Rockers by my side, and time is flying by. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, watching you dancing and having the time of your life. And it's getting me high, time is flying by. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The man is tuned with the tune just to brighten my day. Sun setting in July, I'm gonna fade him away. Time is sliding, I don't hear what I say. Wow! If you believe that, back up, need that. Space and time and space I'm away. And I'm forever in existence, I'm forever okay. Wow! Sunset in July. Rockers by my side, time is flying by. Ba-da-da-da-da, watching you dancing and having the time of your life. And it's getting me high, time is flying by. Whoa, whoa, the time of our lives. Here I was happy, the day's flying by. Come closer to me. Well, I can never knock out all the things that you give, and throughout the both of us, but anything could be true. Might as well make up anything to believe it's made inside of you. Sunset in July. Rockers by my side, time's flying by. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, watching you dancing and having the time of your life. And it's getting me high, time is flying by. Whoa, whoa, watching you dancing and having the time of your life. And it's getting me high, time is flying by. Whoa, whoa.
Dive into the future of video editing.
Yeah, I was completely unprepared for that. Too busy lost in other shit, not paying attention to what I should be doing.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Wake up! What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there. There was one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
Josh? Josh, wake up. Wake up.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworks because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworks with Josh, Walt, and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworks with Josh, Walt, and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworks.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. ironrealmmedia is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the Ironworks with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworks and become an Iron Scout.
And welcome back. First half of the second half of the Ironworks kicking off ever so smoothly, as we do.
Yeah, we do. We got off on music for way too long. I want to give a quick, if you missed it earlier in chat, Jeremy's has friends, family who are currently in a life or death situation after a wreck. So send some love and energy in that direction, please. I can't scroll up back far enough to read the damn text and the details of it, man. Let's chat do that now. I used to scroll way back up in chat, and I haven't clicked away and like gone to a different page or anything like I do sometimes. It's not let you go back up like it used to. Also, has the size of the main page changed for anybody else, or is this the new time stream I'm in?
Hello? Size of the main page.
Okay, I'll have to show you because this is also fucking me up a little bit. Dude, I'm fucking losing it. Okay, so this is now my main screen for watching YouTube.
Theater mode?
Is it on theater mode? Is that what it is? Theater mode? Nope, there's theater mode. I tried that. There's default view. Default view. That's default view. This is theater mode. And this is default view. And I thought, oh, well, maybe one of those days I scrolled and it does that thing. So I tried scrolling it and watch what happens. Whoops. You can't do it when you're print screen presenting. You can't. Really?
Well, try this. Hold down.
Like this?
Try holding down control.
I'm doing that right now. Okay. That's what I'm doing. And for me to get it, okay, so the reason I know it's changed, God damn it, this is so fucked up. The reason I know it's changed is because the way I set this up in the morning is I would make a stair step between the camera button and the top edge of the goddamn top of the chat. Damn it, what did I do? Did I close it? Or did the cat close it? Yeah, I would make a stair step between the fucking camera by the notification of my name. I would have this sitting just like this, just like you're seeing right now. I would have that little stair step, camera, camera, Skype, chat. That was I do this every fucking morning. And then to scroll it that way now puts it down to 80%, which I've never seen 80% come up before, and I can't read this. Like those tiny little words that you're seeing, I can't read that. And I put it all this way so I can have the call, clickable, mute, all that handy. I can read the chat. I can see what I have tab-wise and go between things. Something's fucking happening to me. The world is changing around me, and I'm losing my fucking mind.
No. Okay. It may be something as simple as a driver update.
It could be. I know this one's probably fixable, but it's just weird that after I fucking switched chicken lanes last night, today, that's the first thing I noticed is I went to put, like, when I got the call small and I went to put it up here, it wouldn't fit no more. I'm like, well, when did they change it? My first thought was theater mode. So I clicked this and it went to theater mode. I'm like, oh, well, default view is not my default view anymore. Either they updated it or it's a driver issue. So, yeah. I'll be in the corner drooling. Y'all just ignore me.
Well, I know we did it. I did an NVIDIA driver update on Monday after the show. Or maybe even Wednesday after the show, I think, is when I did the driver update. So they might have had one recently, or you might be missing one. That's
It could be, yeah, it could be. It very much could be any of that. I grant that. I'm just not going to try to do that in the middle. I can check it there. Let me look. Yep, I do need an update. So that's all it is. But like I said, just weird that fucked me up after the chicken rant. Hashtag chicken rant.
Okay, so I actually have something to add in regards to the whole music thing. Because one of my students earlier today, as I was walking back into the lab, he said, Andrew, or Mr. Baker, whatever the fuck he told me. Anyways, he said, what's your favorite kind of music? And I was like, I don't really know. But I told him the two types of music I don't like is rap and like hardcore country. Like, you know, tear in my beer kind of stuff.
Amen, brother. Amen. Preach it. That's always my qualification.
Yeah. And they were like, oh, okay. And at that point, I was like, starting to think about that as I was walking back upstairs. So what exactly is it that makes music so influential to people? And I was starting to think about that.
Frequency.
Yeah, the frequency. Like, yeah, Alex Michael, the solfeggio. That stuff I cannot stop listening to. It's acoustic. There's no lyrics at all.
Man, I honestly want to say that I've got to be the person who's listened to that album more times than anybody else, because I listen to it for 5 hours a day while I'm doing Uber, you know? And I never, ever, 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 ever get tired of listening to that music.
Right, so what is it?
It's beauty. You know, it's truth, it's goodness, it's wholeness.
Right,
it's
and
health.
there's also that 432 tuning, and that has a lot to do with the pleasing, you know, state of mind to put you in.
The thing that I think is so funny is, like, every once in a while I'll put the playlist on shuffle so that it's out of order, and I can't tell you which songs are which. Like, it's so weird to me that there's such a quality, for me at least, about Alex's writing. Is like, you could put me down in the middle of any of those songs and I would have to listen for the longest time to hear that one note or that one other key harmony that I'm like, oh, this is that song. Like, the songs are so, like, just beautifully universal, like it just doesn't matter which one it is. So I don't even know how to explain that, but it's just, I love it.
Zach, you've been conspicuously
Sorry, I was
quiet this
playing
whole
catch up
time. Are you asleep?
in chat.
Did you fall asleep on us? Or is maybe Skype not allowing you to unmute your mic? Seems to me like you'd have been on some of this convo if you were not asleep.
I would have also too. I was being concerned, and then I saw Liz's concern there in chat, and just haven't addressed Zachary. Where you at, Bud Roy? Yeah, if that didn't bring him running, I don't know. He may have went back to sleep on us. Fuck Walt's chicken. I'm out of here.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, he's here, but he's not here. It's okay. Does anyone have some space lettuce? Because Zach normally has something like that.
There's always space lettuce if you need it.
I mean, it gets a little exhausting at some point.
Yeah.
But there is a little bit of space lettuce that happened today. And that was, well, Will Duffy was interviewed by Witsit today. And Witsit was very polite, but he also asked all of the very difficult questions that a lot of people have not asked him in the past with all the other interviews for the whole Antarctica kind of expedition, which I still don't think is actually going to happen. I think it's going to get canceled at the last minute. But either way, yeah, that was on Witsit's channel. And probably a lot of other channels. And it's interesting because I still don't trust Will Duffy, and I think Austin doesn't trust him either. But he was being very kind and polite. So that's worth checking out. That's my space lettuce for the day.
Yeah, I saw that scroll across my feed on YouTube. I had not had a chance to click it or watch it.
It's not super long. It's like, I mean, in in regards to like what I usually watch.
Well, where I normally would not ever do such a thing because I hate spoilers, I doubt I'm going to watch it. So what was your takeaway, Andrew?
Will Duffy was definitely evasive and trying to keep that, I don't know, a fake smile on his face, essentially. And I can tell when someone's smiling when they're speaking. And I could tell he was just listening to him. He was doing that whole thing. So I don't know. I personally wouldn't go to Antarctica unless it was like $1 million or more with a life insurance policy and also with $1 million or more going into my pocket, regardless of how much the price of the trip cost. So, and what's it, Jaron? I think Duffy's actually saying he's going to go now. That's kind of weird. I think that was part of the conclusion of the actual Witsit Duffy interview. But either way, I think it's interesting. I still wouldn't do it. It's one of those things that people have to make up their own minds on. You can say X, Y, and Z or whatever else, but either the thing is, it's been so abrasive over the last 6 months roughly. People attacking Jaron, people attacking Witsit, even though Witsit has been, I'm getting all these, fuck these Telegram scammers. Actually, never mind. I love fucking with them. Anyways, yeah, these different types of attacks that people have had against other people, I'm starting to grow a bit of concern and contempt against other people that are just going online and being heroes for Flat Earth or heroes for Globe Earth. And it's like, you guys aren't doing shit. You're just going online and being keyboard warriors. So, I don't know. I don't blame Witsit at all for just staying in the background and taking care of his family, which is completely admirable, in my opinion. Yeah, he has a wife. He has 2 young daughters. Yeah, do it.
Well, when you invite someone on to do an interview, and then they're specifically evasive to most of that interview, it just seems bad faith. Like, just say no. I don't want to do an interview. Don't agree to an interview and then not really do it. Just wasted everybody's time. Just politely decline. But if you just want to come on to not answer questions, then fuck off. Don't bother coming on.
No, he was answering questions, and he also answered.
But was he evasive?
A lot.
Didn't you say he was evasive with the answers, though?
In a sense, yeah. And Austin was basically saying, well, he flat out called him out. He's like, yeah, you're being evasive. And a lot of people were also saying the same thing. They were live in chat and whatnot. And they were saying the same thing. And Austin said it multiple times. He's like, oh, okay, well, if you want to believe that, then go ahead. It's like, no, you were being evasive. I mean, okay, well, whatever. You're paying for the trip, and now you might be going. And that's pretty much the conclusion that was added into the end of the conversation live stream. So I guess he's going to go now, too. So Jaron may go. Witsit may go, but now Duffy and the other cunt, what's his fucking name? The camera guy. I guess they're gonna go now. So now 4 people, and along with
4.
Wait, what?
Nothing. It's a joke.
Oh, just fuck. McKeegan. Is that his name? McKeegan, the camera guy.
Okay. Like I couldn't tell you. I mean, for real, I'm 47 years old. I've never really been on a vacation in my adult life. The closest I'm going to get to come is going to South Carolina. Right? Listening to other people's vacation, I don't really give a fuck about how many people are going on vacation to Antarctica. I mean, cool. I don't. No, I got friends on Facebook. They're going to Hawaii. Woo! We're going on vacay. Yay! Who gives a fuck?
Sorry, Josh.
I get it, but like,
come on, Josh. You were in the military. You went to boot camp. That was a vacation.
And you know what? When I flew to San Diego, was the last time I was on an airplane. Like, I've not been on an airplane since TSA was a thing. Like, I've never had any interaction with a TSA agent because I've never been in an airport since the invention. Sorry, that was a weird way to say it. Since the invention of TSA. Like, I don't know. I've just never. I had to work and like
wait,
put
hold on
food
a second.
in my belly.
TSA wasn't a thing back then?
Before 2001? No. TSA came after 9/11 as a direct result of 9/11.
Like the Patriot Act kind of thing?
Yep. Before 2001, there was no
fucking
TSA.
Way. What? Oh, okay.
You had like airport security and stuff, but it wasn't like this federally regulated type of thing.
November 19th of 2001. That's when they were established.
Last time I was on an airplane was June of 1997.
Holy fuck, this trivia question. Slow down. And by the way, the next trivia is going to be for Mr. Christopher Crumb and Emily. And it's going to be Mark Sargent versus Patricia Steer. And I'm not going easy. It's going to be in, what's today? Well, next Wednesday.
Hey, Andrew.
Yep.
Hey, you've got to find a question for Mark Sargent regarding his love for Joe Jackson's Stepping Out on the album Day and Night.
Yeah, I fucking hate. He stopped doing that. Okay.
Okay, well, that was my favorite part of his show. I loved his reference to Joe Jackson Stepping Out because I love the song. Anyway.
Yeah, for 5 years in a row. It's like, oh yeah,
man. Yeah,
the new album 5 years ago.
Yeah. No, listen. That's why they don't change the theme song for sitcoms, bro. They call them jingles for a reason. Anyway, it worked for me. I'm just saying, if you want, I could even maybe think of something. But
yeah, send them over to me, man. Because I've got a lot of questions ready, like way more than I need. But either way, we are doing this again for a very good cause, and it's going to be for Crumb and Emily. You know, they're a very wonderful flat earth couple, and they are moving over to North Carolina. They were going to Colorado, but things have changed very quickly. So we're trying to help them out. And that's my little spiel for the time being. And I'm not looking at chat. I probably should be.
Are you trying to hint around that we need to update our shit, Andrew? Tired of the old same old ironwork stuff? Is that what you're
I'm just
saying?
not very good at chat. That's all.
Just don't like our boring old sound bites that we've been using for the last 9 years, 7 years.
No. ironrealmmedia is consistently different and growing, but Mark Sargent has used that same soundbite for, I'm not really sure how long, but I do mute that when it's like the same old soundbite.
Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
That one I can't get. That doesn't get old.
I think you just got a bone with Mark Sargent for some reason.
Oh, fuck no. Mark is awesome. Mark was the first guy that I met in Vegas, and it was an accident. He was two people in front of me in the secret garden little area of Samstown. And all of a sudden he turned around and like, holy shit, it's Mark Sargent. I was like, and I stepped out of line to shake his hand. I was like, hey, Mark. Shook his hand, and he had no idea who I was. And he showed me where the venue auditorium was. So I have no beef with Mark. I just don't like that song very much because I've heard it 30,000 times. Anyways, that's just me.
So I was a hard convert to Joe Jackson. I saw that video on MTV in 82, 83, whenever it hit MTV. MTV was fresh, it was new. And I was a young metalhead, hard rocker. And that song came on. And here's this middle-aged looking dude. Definitely not a rock star looking dude. Definitely not a front man, not a guitarist, not a singer. He's sitting at a piano and he looks like he's somebody's dad. And he's playing the song and it's very mellow and kind of got a little bop to it. And, you know, I just went, oh my God, click, and, you know, didn't watch it. And a few days later, here it came by again. This time I watched the first maybe minute of it, and I went, oh my God, clicked away. And by the time that first week of it popping up had gone by, I was a huge fan of Joe Jackson, went and found out the whole deal about him, went and looked into his music, found out about the other hit he had earlier in the 70s. Is she really going out with him, or late 80s or whatever, late 70s, early 80s. And, turned me around. Well, I guess somebody's uncle can play piano and be a rock star and not be Elton John or whatever. So, yeah, I definitely was a hard convert. But once I came around, yeah, I love me some Joe. And here we are talking about fucking music again.
Yeah, I actually have the Day and Night album, and I listened to it a while back for the first time. I try to listen to all the albums I have bought, but what's the matter with you, Andrew? It's an amazing song, bro. The arrangement, melody, the lyrics, man. The lyrics. Oh my God.
I've only heard the beginning of one song. That's it. For, I don't know, 500 times in a row, and that's it. So
I could listen to it 500 times more.
Well, I dropped it in the chat right here with us just for you to learn how great it is, Andrew. I put contextual, though, next to it so Josh would understand.
Well, with all due respect, Karen is in chat right now. Oh, maybe she'll hop in.
What's this? I haven't even seen chat in about 10 minutes. I've been sidetracked.
The amazing Karen. I will say that 10 times in a row if I have to, but Karen has done an amazing thing for Flat Earth. So at that point, I will go on mute.
It is break time.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it did that again.
And this is a weird one just because my phone, so if I just pull down the levels on the line that my phone is hooked to, sometimes I forget to like press stop on whatever's playing, so it just keeps playing but quietly, so nobody could hear it unless I were to pot it up again. I just looked down at my phone, and it was still playing, and it was playing a song that I just popped into my brain yesterday out of sort of nowhere. It's from an album that my late uncle gave me right after it was released. I think somebody, it might have been pretty early, because, yeah, I think just after the first radio hit, maybe. Like, it was just a brand new album, and he didn't care for it. This new band. So he gave the album to me. And this was, well, Christ, I couldn't even tell you, 94 maybe? You guys might have to look that up to see exactly when it was this album came out. But stick around, we'll be back. We have another segment of the Ironworks coming up right after this. Right here on the Ironworks, freeworld.fm. We'll be right back.
In my eyes, indisposed, in disguises no one knows, lies the face, lies the snake, in the sun, in my disgrace, boiling heat, summer stench, neath the black sky looks dead, call my name through the cream, and I'll hear you scream again. Black hole sun, won't you come, wash away the rain. Black hole sun, won't you come, won't you come, won't you come. Stood a rain, cold and damp, steal the warm wind, tired friend. Times are gone for honest men, sometimes far too long for snakes. In my shoes, walking sleep, in my youth I pray to keep heaven send hell away. No one sings like you anymore. Black hole sun, won't you come, wash away the rain. Black hole sun, won't you come, won't you come. Black hole sun, won't you come, wash away the rain. Black hole sun, won't you come, won't you come. Black hole sun, won't you come. Black hole sun, won't you come. Drown my fear till you all just disappear. Black hole sun, won't you come, wash away the rain. Black hole sun, won't you come, won't you come. Black hole sun, won't you come, wash away
TFR.
Good morning.
Wow.
Good morning. Good morning.
How's that for a blast from the past?
Fucking dude. Wow.
It's amazing with those little jingles and how it is. I was going to say, we're not only sort of receivers and we're transmitters, but I think we're also recorders. And I think once those vibrations sort of fall back into the grooves of the vibrations that have been recorded on us, and it makes us feel a certain kind of way. Welcome back to the Ironworks. Never know what the fuck you're going to hear.
You never do. So I saw, make sure who it was for I. Yeah, it was Ross House. I thought it was. So Iron Horse in chat. I can't see how these lyrics mean anything. So there I put in chat that, yeah, I didn't like this video. Like, I saw this video probably once, maybe twice, and anytime it came on, I didn't watch it because, unfortunately, some people, you know, around me through my life have, like, had those faces. I've seen that happen. And you go, well, how could that be? Well, that's because not everybody who walks among us is what you think they are. And if you go back and think about those lyrics in that light, I mean, how many times does he say fucking snake in the fucking song? 3, 5? I don't know. Let me go find them. And I'll send them your way. First one, in my eyes indisposed, in disguises no one knows, hides the face, lies the snake. I mean, what more do you fucking want to know about this little world you're trapped in? Welcome to the black hole, son. I'll drop those for you. Well, I can't copy it. Why? Oh, because I didn't actually go to the lyric page. Once.
Sorry, I'm still expecting Zack to pop in just randomly.
Again, fuck Walt's chicken. Now, that's not a t-shirt waiting to be.
Yeah.
Raw.
Who in the hell's going to wear that t-shirt, though? Picture of a little sexy chicken on the bottom. Little sign says for rent.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to play catch up in chat. Oh, you didn't upset nobody, Ross, or at least not me at all. So, yeah, I'm definitely, everybody's got their taste. As we hear me quite often rant about my taste in music, I was told above there a minute ago I didn't know what I was looking at with metal and stuff. So I get it. Everybody's got their own thing with music. So, yeah, absolutely.
Hey, well, just really quick, Karen is in the chat. And I said, hey, Karen, hop in for a few minutes. Okay,
yeah, I dropped
cool.
her link.
I didn't know how to do that, so. She's getting coffee, so she may hop in. So I'm going to go definitely on mute as the wonderful Karen may hop in. So that would be
it should be there incredible. In our conversation together there on. Yep, I saw her see it. Okay, cool.
Hello.
Hi. It worked.
It was so quiet when I joined. I thought.
Yeah, we do that.
Stay in the wrong place.
I'm just busy.
I got muted. Sorry, Bender just came through.
Trying to figure out how to wake.
You're
Zack
in the right
up.
place.
Come on, Zach. You're all I got.
Come on, Zack.
He ain't waking up. He is gone.
Zack didn't make it this morning, huh?
He was here earlier. We talked to him. He told us how he didn't sleep well last night. And apparently, he made up for it right now.
Oh, he's in the call, but he's just.
Oh, he's muted up, not saying anything. So we probably lost him.
You guys seen Zack this morning?
Where I'm barely functional when I get here. It happens. Well, how are you, lady? I know it's probably like running around like a chicken with your head cut off.
Yeah. I'm just trying to survive.
Is there a certain amount of satisfaction, I think? I don't know how best to describe. Maybe knowing this is going to be the last time you have to do this stuff? Like the headache and the hassle of having to get it all set up and go through it all?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a relief there. For sure.
Has there any
Not
been...
that I have enjoyed it, like it's been fun.
Sure. I can imagine the amount of gratification that comes along with all that hard work. Have you heard any talk of anybody trying to pick up and carry the mantle and do things similar?
No. Not officially, no. I mean, Jaron messaged me months back and said that he was thinking about doing a West Coast event, but I haven't heard or anything more about it or seen him talk about it. So I don't know, actually. I don't know.
Because I suppose it is a little early, given the fact that 2024 has not happened yet, but I also imagine it takes quite a bit of planning and forethought to get all of those pieces in place.
It does, especially if you've never done it before. It can be overwhelming because there's a lot to it. There's a lot of things you got to think about, and there's always something last minute that you didn't remember to do, and you got to do that.
Well, I'm really looking forward to getting over there.
It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see you guys.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting as all hell. And I'm sure Zack would be singing your praises now if he were awake.
Yeah, that's
Zack.
Event coordination like that. I'll shut up. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, you didn't. It's Josh's soundboard trying to wake Zack up with Zack's name because you wake up when you hear your name. Go right ahead, Andrew. I thought you might have some things for Karen.
Well, event coordination takes a lot of time, way beyond what people think. And my cousin has a bachelor's degree in hospitality, and she backed out of it as soon as she got married and had a child. And yeah, okay, that's fine. But there's a lot more to it than people think. So I tip my hat to you, Karen, many times in a row. And that's all I have to say for now.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I haven't watched you do it firsthand, but my brother-in-law, probably most of the time I've known him, has been either thinking about making it happen or working on forming it or then leading the biggest anime convention that took place here in the States over the last 10 years or whatever, called MechaCon. And it was literally the weekend of the fest. Everybody had their fun. They had their after party event for the group that put it together, all the helpers and the staff or whatever. Literally the next day, John and his wife would start planning the next one and getting things started. That's the amount of, there was no time off. It was literally get the event done, have the weekend of the fun of it, have the after party, let's go, start next one. It was just unending. So yeah. I don't envy it for sure.
It's true. Especially, I'm sure it's worse even for a big event like that. But yeah, me basically, it's kind of like pretty much a month after the last event, I start thinking about the next event.
And it probably was, a day or three for them as well, but it just felt like it never stopped being MechaCon, especially for his wife, my sister-in-law. She was, I would hear the other side of it mostly from her because he was all gung ho and fun. And she was like, oh my God, I got to find people to do this and do that. So yeah, it's definitely a handful. Well, super excited, finally getting to experience it. And I definitely do, knocking on the wood I have laminated here, hope that the mantle does get picked up. Because we still haven't had one in New Orleans, damn it. I'm not picking up the mantle. By the way, again, I've seen too much. I'm too jaded now. In fact, John, early on, when I would even mention, like, hey, man, you know, I got this thing going on, got a group of people, maybe get together and do a convention. He's like, yeah, you want to have a life? Then don't do it. That was like the first year, literally. Yeah, don't do it. So, and there have been meetups and stuff in New Orleans. I'm not saying there haven't been. I'm just saying we need to have that big everybody show up in New Orleans thing, you know.
New Orleans would be.
You never know. I know it'd be badass. I always thought it would be. You never know, Rose and Jason, and you never know what might happen down here.
I was going to say, if only there were some people that had some great organizational skills and presenting skills that lived somewhere in Louisiana. Boy, wouldn't that be swell?
So if only somebody was super organized, way beyond normalcy. Yeah. I love Rose. I just saw her, damn it. Where did I just see her? Oh, Natchez Chat.
Yeah, she's been running Nachiketa's channel while he's traveling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was cool. That little setup they had the other night. I enjoyed it. Wouldn't that be awesome if he just showed up on our doorstep for Flattoberfest?
Well, he'll be here, but he's going to be in New Orleans with Rose.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He was going to be on their part of the world.
I guess I'm looking for somebody like Zack.
That was perfect. Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. Sleep good, Zachy. So I know, like, you have some irons in the fire with this music discussion of the last 10 minutes we have here. I know you are quite the musical lady.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not
the
biggest fan.
How do you?
Or no.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, we didn't have to be corn specific. Like I told Ross, everybody has their own flavor and their own taste. But in general, you know, you seem to me like a person who keeps music more in the forefront of their life and their brain and their being than a person who like puts it on as background and it's only there when they're doing something. You know what I'm saying? There's a different amount of attention you pay to music, different than other people.
Yeah. Yeah, I grew up heavy in the music scene and I would go to all the shows. Like every summer I have like a very thick stack of tickets, my ticket stubs from all the shows.
So I took a sip and I had to agree with that one. Yeah, that's me too. Somewhere there's a box with tickets in a folder, tickets and yeah.
And I still have a couple of Fillmore posters from going to Fillmore shows in San Francisco. Like I actually have one from when Korn opened up for House of Pain at the Fillmore.
Oh, that's crazy.
In like 1994 or something, and nobody knew who Korn was. Nobody knew who they were. We were just like, who is this band? And then they came on the stage and they were like heavy. It was awesome. We loved it. Everybody was like, dude, this is badass. And then they got weird over the years.
They definitely got weird. I mean, he was already weird. He just let more and more of it out.
Exactly. just weren't aware at first.
I don't know. If you really listen to some of those early day lyrics, you probably had a clue that he wasn't quite normal. What was the hidden thing on the CD? Like, oh man, I can't remember what it was actually called, but the little taped conversation between the.
It was creepy.
I mean, it was fucking nuts. It was. It gave you weird feelings. That's what I'm saying. There definitely was a tinge already of like, keep an eye on Jonathan. Watch that dude. Don't leave him alone with the kids.
Yeah. So yeah, I was into Pantera and like pretty much all the bands that people were naming. Primus. I was into Primus big time because I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area, and that's where they're from. They're from the East Bay. And so they used to play shows in the Bay Area all the time. Every New Year's Eve for many, many years, they would play a New Year's Eve show, and we would go to those New Year's. I went to those probably like 5 or 6 years.
That's amazing. I'm so envious. That's
I've
great.
seen Primus play live probably more than any other band ever.
Wow.
Like, so many times I couldn't even tell you how many times I've seen Primus play live.
Yeah, Karen, I swear you and I must have been at the exact same venue at the exact same time.
Oh, probably.
At some point.
I'm sure if you were going to Primus New Year's Eve shows or Primus shows in the SF Bay in the 90s, then yes.
Yeah, punk rock and like the Fillmore and the Warfield. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then that was a great place to grow up if you were into music because there were so many clubs, you know, and I was also into punk rock, and I used to go to the Gilman, you know, 94.
Oh, that place is dangerous.
Yeah, and then other clubs like Bottom of the Hill and the Troubadour and Trocadero. There's so many places I used to go to shows all the time.
But you mentioned the Fillmore, and that is a monumental location to actually bring up because a lot of people are not aware of. That was basically part of the 60s movement, like with Jim Morrison and the Doors and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very, very famous place to go to, but at the same time, nowadays, it's not so much the kind of place you want to go to anymore.
It's not. I don't know. I haven't been there in 2 decades now.
It's just a whole bunch of homeless people standing outside asking for.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Yeah.
Filth. All the cities are filth now. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. It used to be fun to go hang out and go to the clubs and the punk rock shows in San Francisco. I used to see like Billy Joe from Green Day at shows and stuff. You know, you would just see random big band like people that were more popular just hanging out at these punk rock shows all the time. It was a cool time. I hated Green Day, by the way. I freaking hated Green Day.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan either. It was actually.
Can I sign? Oh my God! Can I sign that?
A little bit later. Yeah.
I hate Green Day too. All right, I'm gonna shut up. I'm sorry, Karen.
It's okay.
No, dude, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. Good times.
And so did you have to make the whole adjustment shift, I guess, or whatever? I don't know how to explain even what I'm trying to ask you, but like as you became more and more aware of what most likely was going on in the musical industry as we were all growing up and getting into all those bands, did you just go, fuck it, I like music? Did you have to adjust during that phase of like, oh my God, if it's this bad, how do I do this? How do I listen to it? I mean, I don't know. How did you wrestle with it? Because it was definitely a thing for me.
Yeah, it was a thing for me too. I stopped listening to music like for like a couple of years. I wasn't listening to really anything.
Yeah, that's kind of what I did. Yep. That's
I was
wild,
like,
but it
all right,
does
I don't
that
want
far.
this shit.
Yeah.
I don't want the, it's like, it was big time, everything changes when you start waking up. You start paying more attention to what you do and what you consume and what you eat and drink and, everything. So, yeah, I stopped listening to music for a few years. And then I started hearing, people started telling me that they heard that one of the Deftones was a flat earther.
Right? There you go.
And I heard about it for like a year before I figured out who it was and before Stefan contacted us, like Mark and I. So I was just like, dude, I wish I kept trying. And anytime anybody brought it up, I'm like, which one, man? Which one? Who is it? Right? And so I didn't know. And then we got in touch with Stefan. And then, and I lived in Sacramento when Deftones got huge. And so, and my first husband was into the Deftones. And actually, when I lived in Sacramento, my first husband played a show at one of these little clubs in Sacramento. And Abe, the drummer from Deftones, was at the show. And he was friends, and they all just had mutual friends. Well, anyway, after that show that night, we ended up going back to the Deftones practice spot in West Sacramento. And we're like hanging out where the Deftones practice with Abe. Abe was the only one who was there. And everybody else was, and it was just a bunch of, people just hanging out like friends, right? And then Abe gets on the drums and he bashes on the drums for like 20 minutes straight. We're just watching Abe play drums. It was pretty cool. And then like I'm just sitting on the couch and we're like smoking out of the bong in the Deftones spot. But that was like long before Flat Earth and everything, right? So that happened, and then fast forward all these years later, and then I was talking to Stefan on the phone. I was telling him about that. He was like, you were at the spot? He's like, did we meet? I was like, no, only Abe was there. He's like, oh, man. But once I talked to Stefan, I started going back and listening to Deftones stuff. And I realized that their music is like really freaking awesome, like more awesome than I ever even really imagined. And I'm not just saying that because I met Stefan and he's I'm basically friends with him now. But I started realizing like they don't do anything political. You know, they don't have some like weird message in their music where they like want you to be woke and ultra liberal. Like they don't talk about anything like that. And actually, a lot of the lyrics have like a lot of the same themes of like ancient texts, religious stories, you know, very esoteric type of content. And I just got back into it by listening to the Deftones, and I started revisiting all the albums that they had put out since I stopped listening to music, and I wasn't really keeping up with them. And like I was just blown away how all their albums are so good. Like they do not disappoint. Everything is just so great. I love how, and some of their songs have a lot of like flat earthy type lyrics in it. And I remember one day I started listening to their album Koi no Yokan. And after I listened to it for a couple days, I spammed Stefan in text messages. I sent him like a book. I was like, oh my God, you listen to everything that is in this album. I mean, like, you know, electromagnetic frequency waves, interspecies telecommunication, telepathy, traveling over the plains, you know, in the ether and blah, blah, blah. Like everything is like all this stuff. And he replies, he was like, wow.
Who writes most of their lyrics? I don't really know. Is it Chino or is it like a band effort or?
Yeah, because I asked him, I was like, what is the creative process? I'm like, because this is blowing my mind. Right. And he's like, yeah, they write all the music, and then Chino takes the music and puts lyrics on it. And he's
not flat per se, right? That I've heard you mention or Stefan mention.
Yeah, Stefan says he's the only one who's down for flat Earth. But I'm telling you, whatever is the and Stefan, you know, are best friends. And I don't know if they have some like weird energetic thing that happens when they're creating music or writing music or what happens, but like the stuff that comes out, it's so trippy. I'm sitting here, I listen to the lyrics, I'm like, how is Chino not flat?
I know, that's what I was just wondering when you tell them that story. I'm like, oh wow, we got to get you in here a lot earlier than this. We literally have to get off. It's 1 minute till. So all right, don't be a stranger, don't go crazy. Have fun with this last one, if it is the last one, and we'll see you soon, lady. Thank you so much for hanging out. You too, Travis. You too, Andrew.
You too, Zach.
Awesome times.
Can't wait to see y'all.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Really looking forward to it. You too, Liz. Rethink. Feels so much better. God, I wish we could all just send you healing vibes that would just fix you. Wish it were that easy. But I'll send the healing vibes and we'll let the creator do with them as he will. But that sucks having a herniated disc, I can imagine. I've not had one, but I've had some pretty good back pain, and just the thought of serious back pain makes me a little anxious. So much love, feel better. And much love to everybody else out there. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. It's always a good way to start my Fridays, which tend to be a long one sometimes. So we may not see Walter. Well, we will not see Walter this evening. So if you want to catch up with Walter, make sure you head on over to the Tinfoil Sombrero this Sunday, where you will find Walter and I hanging out with the crew over there. So that's going to be a good time for sure. Otherwise, you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here next week. Until then, be good, be well, do good, do it well. We love you. Bye-bye.